Welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle and this is the Belle Perspective, and today we're going to be reviewing a brand new show called The Reasonable Doubt. Now I forgot the actors, um the main character's name. She's a beautiful chocolate woman, but I do remember Michael Ealy. Okay. Quiet as a skip. That's why I started watching this show. Okay. Anyway, so before we get started, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to my channel, and get down in the comments and let me know what you think about the episode, what you think about my perspective. Let's have a little conversation. All right. So let's get started. So okay, I watched all of episode 1 and like half of episode 2. I really wanted to try to review both episodes because it's like I feel like Hulu, because it's on Hulu. I feel like Hulu released so many episodes, but I have time to sit down. I literally, it's been like 3 days since I got back from Dubai. Hello, okay, girl. Yes, I've been down to the Dubai, girl. Anyway, so and I got this. You see the henna? You see the henna? So pretty. It's coming off now because I was doing some cleaning around the house, so it's probably coming off now. But anyway, or it is coming off now. But it was really pretty. But yeah, so it's been like 3 or 4 days since I've been back. It's been about 4 days now, and I've literally not been wanting to do pretty much of nothing. Okay, I finally cleaned the house today, so it's clean and it's smelling good. I mean, it was clean and smelling good when we first walked in because I don't leave the house. We don't leave the house stank around here. We don't do that. We keep a clean house, but it's clean enough for my standards. Okay, called Reasonable Doubt. It's on Hulu. I think Reasonable Doubt. It's on Hulu. I don't know how many episodes have been released now. It's probably more than 5 at this point because I was only able to watch 1 and half of 2, but I saw the list and it was pretty long, and I'm like, oh, okay. So it's a couple more episodes for me to watch. I'm gonna try to hurry and watch them and review them for you all. Anywho, let's get started. So, scene opens up. There's a woman that's being held hostage, and she's literally begging for her life. And the main character it's the main character, black woman. Her name is Jax. We later on learn, and they say it's 6 months before. Okay, so then, and I guess it's just like she's being held hostage and she's begging for her life, and she's actually praying and saying, "Oh God, please," basically saying the Lord's Prayer. So then 6 months later, they show her laying in the bed. She's waking up. She goes running. She comes back. She is in the shower. She's enjoying herself. Okay, in the shower. And she comes out, and there's a husband. There are 2 kids, a girl and a boy. Now, mind you, one of the guy who plays her husband played on this show called Hit the Floor. It was an old VH1 show. I used to love that show. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know if y'all ever watched Hit the Floor. I don't know what happened. That show just up and left, okay? One of the girls, the actor, I think her name was Taylor or something like that. Paige or something like that. She's a black girl. She's actually dating Jesse Williams now. I don't know if they still talking anymore, but she was on that show. And so was Elise Neal, I think was her name. Not Elise Neal. What was her name? Oh, goodness. The one who played on Mad Black Woman. Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I can't remember her name. Anyway, Kimberly Elise. That was it. Kimberly Elise. So it was a lot of people on that show. Dean Cain was on that show. It was a lot. It was a good show, and it just came and went. I digress. My bad. Sorry. Anyway, so the oldest son has an attitude with her. He's sucking his teeth and ignoring her. So Sunday, they're getting ready. They're about to go to church. So they go to church, and she gets a call while she's in church. And at first, I thought it was a side. I'm like, is this a side dude that you got? You got a side? What you got? Because he was looking like, when she gets up, she takes the call. He was looking like, why are you getting up to take this phone call? She gets up and was like, hold on. So it's a work call. So it's an attorney of a woman who is saying that who she represents. So just to give you the gist, she's an attorney. She's a criminal defense attorney, and she represents a lot of high-powered people, lots of people with lots of money. And so in this particular instance, the attorney of the person of the plaintiff is calling her to talk to her about her client and how her client sexually assaulted the girl, and the client is an NBA player. And so she basically is saying, I hear what you're saying, but there is no proof. I'm not flinching until you get me proof. Take it to court. Let's see what it is, okay? And so the attorney is like, "Ma'am, I don't know if you understand this, but your client is being accused of sexual SA, okay?" And so the Jax is like, "Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know of any proof. What do you got?" Basically. And so the attorney is like, "All right, well, you know what? I tried to handle this civilly. My client is going to be pressing charges and or pursuing this in court, in civil court. I think it's civil court, criminal court, whatever. I think it's criminal court. Yeah, because she's a criminal defense attorney. Sorry, my bad, y'all. Anyway, so her mother then calls her. It's her stepfather's birthday party, and she's saying, "Listen, I need you to be at," and I think I'm skipping a lot of things because this show has a lot going on, and I watched it like really late, so forgive me. So anyway, but it's a really good show. It's really cute. It's cute. I would watch it. So her mother calls her, and actually she's an attorney. She's at the office, and she's talking to all of her colleagues, and apparently she's the only black woman there. So she leaves out of the office, leaves out of the meeting. It's the end of the day. Her mother's calling her saying, "Hey, are you gonna be at your stepfather's birthday party?" And she was like, "Yeah, Mom, I'll be there." And so she ends up coming home. We find out her husband has hired some nightly patrol guy, some random dude. And that's when we find out that the husband no longer lives in the house with them. And I'm like, well, what is he doing there on a Sunday? Why are they going to Sunday church together? That is craziness. We find out later on that they are having, it's a trial separation, and that he uses him not staying with her as a manipulation tactic. He's trying to control her in that way, and it's craziness. It's craziness. Anyway, it also explains as to why she was using that toy in the shower in the morning. I'm like, well, girl, you got live D in the house. Why are you going using the toy? But anyway, so it explains why she was using the toy in the beginning of the episode. So she goes to have brunch with her friends, and we find out one of her friends, Chanel's husband, is cheating on her. And so they all kind of have that girl powwow, like, "Oh, girl, he's a dog, blah, 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 blah. Girl, you could do better, blah, 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 blah." Waiting to exhale, that kind of thing. Okay. So then she goes back to work the next day, either next day or later on that afternoon. Derek Luke is there. Now, Derek Luke always playing a character that's always with some white lady. Derek Luke stayed playing the black dude with a white woman. He stayed playing the black dude with a white woman. He always does. You can count on him to do that. So anyway, he walks in with his smug ass, just smug, right? She congratulates him on him having the opportunity to become the first black billionaire, or one of the first black billionaires. And he replies, "Yeah, okay." Excuse me? I'm sorry. You see, this is why I'm not a high-powered attorney, because I wouldn't have held my peace. He would have got a piece of my mind. You hear what I'm saying? All right. Anywho, we moving on. We're scooching along. Okay. So, come to find out, he's been having an affair with his VP, who is a black woman named Kalisha. And I'm like, I know she black, and I know she black. Like, not, Meghan Markle black. No offense. She black. Like, wear a scarf on her head, black, smelling like cocoa butter, okay? Black, right? Like, get my braids to go on vacation, black kind of thing. Like that, Kalisha black, okay? So, again, at this point, I'm guessing he's married to the white woman, but fooling around with a black woman on the side, like whatever that, anyway, whatever that looks like. So, again, his smug ass, they kind of have words, and he feels like Kalisha basically wants money, and, he is exchanging just rude commentary with Jax. And mind you, Jax is the criminal defense. Her partner, who's also in the room with her, is a white dude, and I think he does like finance and business or something like that. But anywho, Derek Luke's character, Braylon or something like that, I think. He only wants to do business with the white dude. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. So anyway, so then she gets home and the security guy's out there, and I'm thinking to myself, you finna sleep with the security? You finna sleep with a security girl? Him? Girl, okay, girl. But anyway, so I will say the dialogue in the show, it's a little corny. It's a little corny. It's a little corny. I ain't gonna lie. It's a little corny. But it's still a decent show, right? It's still a good show to watch. But the dialogue is just it's a little corny. Okay, so she invites the security guard guy into the house, and girl, she sleep with the security guard dude. But what's worse is that her ex-husband, who is now on this trial separation, has cameras all throughout the house, and he's watching her sleep with this security guy. And she's looking dead in the camera as she's on top of the security guy. I'm like, if this ain't some old sick, twisted mess, I don't know what is. So anyway, okay, Prison Bae. Prison Bae is Michael Ealy's character. Whew. Whew. Okay. Whew. All right. Whew. I watched this clip where him and Keke Palmer was talking about how fine he is, and that he would never look at her in that way because she's, the first movie she did with him when she was on Barbershop, and she was such a young girl, and he'll never look at her in that way. I'm like, girl, Michael Ealy was a grown man, and he still looked the same. Shondo. Anyway, sorry. Okay. So, Prison Bae. Now, they give Michael Ealy these braids. And I was just like, why they did that? He fine though, but why they did that? Anyway, so apparently Jax and Michael Ealy, Prison Bae, used to have a little relationship when she was a public defender. And he's in prison because of murder. He says he is going to admit that he actually did it when he really didn't, so that he can get released and be free. I think he's been in prison for like 17 years now, and he's really ready to have his life back. So he's ready to confess to pretty much anything. And Jax is saying, no, you shouldn't do that. If you do it, I will never speak to you again. So anyway, I did notice that she's always wearing white, but that's not the case. I ended up seeing her wearing black at some other point in time. So anyway, Lewis calls her, and they start doing some. Oh, sorry. So she ends up going to, what is it? Oh, was it when she went to go see the brother, Lewis, her ex-husband's brother, or something like that? And I don't remember because I'm getting episodes mixed up at maybe 1 or 2. Y'all forgive me. I'm gonna have it right in the next review. But so she ends up in the car with Lewis, who is her husband. They're again on trial separation. And so they get in the car and they basically miss each other, right? So he's kissing on her and she's kissing on him, and she thinks they about to, go on and do what married people do. No, he literally teases her and excuses her and basically says, you can go. When I tell you the way that he tries to control and manipulate her, it is craziness. Anyway, so I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, I hope the kids don't see. So, of course, Kalisha, we find out Kalisha is a black woman. She's got braids in her hair. She has a cousin named Essence or something like that, I think. Imani. Her cousin's with her. They end up calling Kalisha and her cousin Kalisha brings her cousin into the law offices, right? Jax's partner, the white dude, I do not remember his name. I think it's Chase. It's probably not, but I'm going to just call him Chase. Calls her into the office to get her to sign an NDA because that's what Braylon has requested. Let's just have her sign an NDA because I don't want it to get out that I've been having an affair with her, right? And she's bringing up the sexual assault allegations. I don't want this to go any further. And so Chase presents her with the NDA. Kalisha's thinking about signing it. Her cousin's looking at her like, girl, what you gonna do, girl? Kalisha says, no, I'm not about to sign this foolishness. It was, he did more than what you're saying, right? And so this is not, I'm not about to do this. And so even just going back into the conversation when Braylon was talking with Chase, again, I'm gonna just call him Chase because I don't know his name, Chase and Jax, he was basically saying, did I sleep with her? Yes, I did. Was it rough at times? Yes, but it was all consensual. And I'm just looking at him like, he is such the typical, I won't even say typical rich black man, but he just gives me the black man who feels like the only thing that's holding him back is his blackness. So the further away he can get from it, the richer he can be, the better off he can be. That's just the character Derek Luke plays in almost every movie. And he's playing the guy that I pretty much see on the TV. Like, oh, not on the TV, but in real life. That guy that's really successful and he feels like the only thing that's holding him back is his blackness. And the further away he gets from his blackness, the better off he'll be. It's either that or the ones that are so off in their delusion that they feel like they need to be a hotep almost, but still be married to a wife. Let me be quiet. I'm not gonna go there because y'all finna. Anyway, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Argue with me in the comments. Anyway, so Derek Luke, clearly his character doesn't like black women. It's super clear. He likes sleeping with them, but he don't want to have nothing to do with them as far as like building a relationship. So anyway, so Kalisha's at the office. She says no. She rips up the NDA and she's like, no, I'm not about to sign this foolishness. That's just that on that. Okay. Paul, which is her stepfather's birthday party, they decide to go, and Lewis is there, Jax is there, and the family. They decide they're gonna present a united front, which does not make any sense to me. It makes no sense to me. It's fake. And now I understand why the son has an issue, because he's constantly giving Jax a problem. I just feel like they're not really handling this well, and they actually need to go to therapy. They need to talk to a professional. So anyway, oh, his name is Rich. His name is Rich. My bad, I've been calling him Chase, but I mean, he looked like a Chase. Rich, Chase, whatever, it's all the same. Okay, so Rich meets with Braylon and tells Braylon Kalisha did not sign the NDA. Braylon says, that's all right. I know what I need to do. I'll handle it. And Rich is like, well, he don't even ask. He just looking like, well, what you gonna do, brother? I don't know. And obviously at the end of the episode, Kalisha is dead. So who are they going to be looking at as the first prime suspect? It's going to be Braylon, and it's probably going to be Jax, who's going to have to defend her. Anyway, or defend him. It's a whole thing. So I forgot this one part that's kind of important. So as Kalisha is ripping up the NDA, she's walking out of the office with Rich, the white dude, Jax's colleague. She walks outside of the hall and she sees Jax and bumps into her accidentally and says, are you going to be representing Braylon? You basically need to have a black woman's back, because I see that you typically don't, right? Something to that effect. And I feel like that really affected Jax. Like, dang, I really do need to be having a black woman's back. I haven't had that going on lately. So anyway, we'll see what happens in the next episode. Again, I watched half of it, but I didn't really take any notes, and that was a couple weeks ago before my vacation, so I don't remember anything about the episode. But I'm going to watch it again, and I'm going to try to review it, and I will see you guys next time. This is Belle. This has been the Belle Perspective. And if you've watched this video all the way to the end like you have, you might as well go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the show Reasonable Doubt on Hulu. I don't know if they just pretty much released all the episodes so that you can watch them, or if it comes on a specific day. Not sure exactly, but I do encourage you to watch this show because it is pretty cute. It's a cute little something to watch. It's a cute little It's a cute little something. I know Kerry Washington is behind it, and I think one other person that's recognizable, but their name escapes me at the moment. But anywho, again, this has been Belle. This is the Belle Perspective, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.